Okay, here we go. You ready? 5, 4. Russos brand family. We are family.
Who you heard? Oh, I didn't know that. That's news to me.
Don't mention that on there,
We live already.
There we go. I see it. There we go.
He's like, don't mention that on the air, though. You know I start the
Hello.
You hot, yo.
Nobody, man. I got the last end of that. Chill out.
Hello.
We can hear you. What's up, brother?
I'm here. I'm seeing you. Everything trying to work.
Hold on. Let me. I'm typing because we might have a guest later on. First of all, thanks everybody Thanks everybody.
Why don't you let me do it, because it seems like you got a mouthful of peanut butter. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Dudes Talk Shit.
Episode 14.
Trump. Then there's Brian. Then there's me, TJ, the most handsome motherfucker out of the three of us. And we are here to entertain you and talk shit.
Yeah.
Until we got to get off here, and Brian, hit a knock at the door when the escort pulls up. He got to go out there and tip the Uber driver.
God.
Nice. He didn't go to a porn convention this past weekend, so now he the anger is built up. He gonna get you.
Brian, we were having a discussion while you was having technical difficulties, and I'm just gonna come out and say it. Trump was wondering, have you ever paid for the services of a professional lady who had sex for money?
Now, Trump was not wondering that. Who's the person that's been asking you that for the past 2-3 weeks?
He froze. Oh, God.
This ain't gonna work tonight.
I'm saying I don't know why is his internet service so trash tonight in this computer. Look, he's slow blinking. What the fuck? I mean, his shit been working. I mean, it's been raggedy, but it's been working. And now all of a sudden, this shit freezing up tonight. Like, who does that? Look, we just gonna have to exit his. Is the girl coming on? Because we could just do it us three. Brian ain't trying to spend no money on no internet.
I'm working on that now. Working on that now. But Brian is blinking and slowly. And Brian, I'm going to disconnect you, and I want you to come back in because I had to eject Brian, and he'll come back on in a minute. But anyway, it was some stuff I wanted to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about The Walking Dead. We do this show right after The Walking Dead, and I must say, The Walking Dead is starting to remind me of WWE Raw, Monday Night Raw, because they'll have a good show once in a blue moon. Like, they haven't had a consistent string of good shows since season 6. Now, the one good show they had last week, which I was impressed and they caught my attention, they follow it up with tonight's shitty show.
You thought tonight was a shitty show?
I did not like tonight's show.
I think tonight is laying the groundwork for a very impressive 10th season.
10th season. That's next October's, huh?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's laying the groundwork for a very impressive. Wait a minute.
They got 2 episodes left in the mid-season. And then they come back in, what do they normally come back in, January or something like that?
January and February.
January, February, then they go off in April and they'll come back to October. This is the mid-season, so this is still season 9.
Well, let's say it's building up to an incredible next season. I think Andrew Lincoln is a shitty dude for leaving the show like he did.
He left, or that was part of the story?
No, I mean he left. because he says that his children are older now, and he's spending so many months in Georgia shooting a show during the year that he's not having a chance to see them. So he decided to take. I don't know if he's taking. I think what he's done is he's taken an extended break from the show to spend time with his family, because as you can see, they didn't kill him off, which I thought was kind of shitty because they killed off Carl, which in the comic, you only have 3 characters, well, really 4, but you have you have Rick Grimes, Carl Grimes, Michonne, and Maggie Rick. They're the ones who've been alive since the beginning, particularly since the second season, because that's when the end of the second season was when Michonne was introduced and Maggie was introduced. But Carl, Rick, Michonne, and Maggie are the only ones that are still alive from the earliest portion of the comic book. A lot of the characters like Carol, she died early. Carol died. Her daughter, if you remember the second season, the one that they were looking for, and they found she was in a zombie in the barn. What happened was, in the comic book, Glenn and Maggie adopt her and raise her, but both of her parents were killed. Carol was killed.
Okay.
Daryl's character is not even in existence in the comic book.
Who, Daryl?
Daryl does not exist. He does not exist. His brother existed, and he died the way he did. But Daryl didn't exist. King Solomon, he's supposed to be dead. Judith, the baby, who took forever to grow up, she was supposed to die in the prison with her mother.
Okay.
What happened was the mother was shot, and she was carrying Judith, and she fell on top of her and crushed her. That was supposed to happen at the prison. So they're mixing it up now, because now they really have to steer away from the comic while trying to maintain some elements of the comic. For instance, you see that Judith Grimes is talking to Negan. And in the comic book, Carl actually has that relationship with Negan where he would go and talk to Negan in the cell. But they killed off Carl. Yeah, they killed off his character, which, in my mind, if you were gonna do that last season, and you know that Andrew Lincoln wasn't coming back, why not have both of them injured and taken off in the helicopter to parts unknown
and come back,
to allow them to come back later? But you flat out kill Carl, and Carl turns into a stone cold. Carl's character is more so like Carol's character on the show. He was the cold-blooded one who killed when he necessarily needed to be killed. So for them to do it the way they did with Andrew Lincoln, and then to see that him and Michonne had a little biracial baby. So I guess this boy, because this is supposed to be a 6-year time jump.
6 years later, yeah.
I guess this boy gonna be 6 for the next goddamn 10 other seasons.
See, this is why I'm tuning out, because I mean, I'm gonna watch the next 2 episodes and see if they change my mind. But this is why I'm tuning out of The Walking Dead, man, because I can't. It's just I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just too much. I never read the comic book, so
Right.
this is new to me. But from everybody I'm hearing that's reading the comic book, they're saying it's like they changed it too much and they tuned out.
Not only that, but now that you talking about the walkers are evolving where they talking. Okay, now you really fucking me up.
Yeah, when I heard that, I heard like whispers in the background. Isn't it a new group called the Whisperers that's supposed to come or something?
The Whisperers is supposed to be another rival group, not the Walkers. Now, if you remember when they first got to Alexandria and they got raided, and the dudes had the W carved in their forehead, those are the Whisperers. They're a cannibalistic group. That was supposed to be the group that attacked them in the church, and then they took the black dude, and cut his foot off and was eating his leg. He said it was eating tainted meat.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be the Whisperers, but they don't come on till later in the series. So, you know, the book has the show has essentially caught up with the book, and with the book only coming out with an episode with a book every month with a storyline that's continuing the storyline from the previous episode in the book. It's only so much they can do to bring the show up to the book. So now that the show has caught the book, now what do? Because you got to produce a whole season.
Why don't you just end it?
End it? Why? It's the #1 show rated show on television.
Man, because they're not
gonna do what The Wire did. Well, I'm fucking mad.
Wire.
Huh?
I tuned out of The Wire when it got stupid.
When did The Wire ever get stupid?
It was too long. They kept bringing on new people, and the more new people they brought on, they weren't writing them correctly to me. I don't know, but
you got to think The Wire dealt with different facets of Baltimore. In the beginning, it was the mayor and it was the drug gang. In the second season, it was supposed to be the docks. In the third season, it was supposed to be the man. It was supposed to be more the drug dealer. In the fourth season, it was the kids in Baltimore. In the fifth season, it was the newspaper. They had proposed a sixth season that dealt with immigration, but David Simon put the axe to that. They were supposed to do another season.
Well, look, I want to say something. I got something I want to say.
Oh God.
So no. I went out with I went on a little date. I'm too old to say date. You know what I'm saying? When you get past a certain,
went out on a pussy fishing expedition.
It wasn't a pussy fishing expedition. It was we went out. Let me just say it like that. We went out and let me just say this. I'm not racist against my own or anything like that. But based off experience, I'm gonna say this. I had more fun when I go out with non-black women. I know that's gonna piss a lot of people off, but it's what I've experienced. It's just less thinking and more, let's go have some fun. Like when I go out black, it's like, what is he up to? What is he trying to do? What you mean by what you just said? Why are we going here? But when you go out with, in my experience, people, chicks that are not black, it's like, let's just go have fun. You know what I'm saying? And I had so much fun. I never had this much fun on a quote unquote date. Like,
what was she? Was she non-black?
She's Bulgarian.
Oh, that's the Bulgarian brew.
Yeah, gotcha. Bulgarian. And we went out, and it was just so much fun. Brian,
he come with the shitty service.
Brian, hold on. Let me send you the link again, man. Let me send you the link because this calling shit ain't working. This was the shit you were doing a couple of weeks ago with this calling shit.
Oh, man?
Yeah, when you were trying to do it on your phone, and you kept calling. And it kept ringing my phone.
Shut your pussy ass up and send him that goddamn message.
I sent him the message, man. Shut up. Anyway, finish my story. So anyway, we went out and it was just fun. It was like anytime you can go out with a chick and it's fun and you don't even think about the pussy. That's fun.
Then she wasn't all that great if you want to think about pussy. Because if I'm going out to spend my money,
I'm always thinking about that. But that wasn't at the forefront of my mind when we went out.
How did you meet a Bulgarian woman? She needs citizenship and she wants you to marry her for it?
Oh, that again.
Disney. Right, it's better. What happened?
I just turned off and turned on my phone.
So you had so much fun in the phone. He had to clear his cache.
Brian has got the last made BlackBerry.
He just loves hearing his own jokes. All right, so
TJ, he's gonna fuck you up today because you already know.
I'm not worried about Brian and his.
He's not worried.
Not worried about Brian and his shenanigans. I told everybody I want Brian to come do my show with me one day.
What you doing Tuesday, Brian? You working?
No, nigga. I said one day. I didn't say Tuesday. I got a show lined up. I got people that's gonna be sitting in the audience. Oh shit! Show lined up.
Do I need to hire security for the studio this week?
Oh, it's supposed to be a bunch of homosexuals. I mean, I already said that, and when I jump out of line, I'm throwing their ass out the window. I got a one homosexual can crack jokes on me minimum, and I already got that on my show on a permanent basis. So if I get one of these sissies that come in there and start acting a goddamn fool, I hope there's some grass under that window because I'm gonna throw their motherfucking ass right through it.
Actually, it's not, because last week my co-host almost went out the window.
What happened?
Yeah.
Almost went out the window, literally. And
What, leaning on the window? Leaning on the window?
No, she was in the chair and she almost fell out the chair, and we had the window open, and she almost flew out the window. Instead, the damn TV remote flew out the window and cracked.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm getting extra security for your show because I know you're gonna make gay jokes, and
I'm gonna make them.
You're gonna make gay jokes, and we're gonna need more than one person to handle that shit.
I'm just saying.
And Brian, are you coming tomorrow, or you?
I'll be there tomorrow.
All right. I'm gonna give a shout out to Ebony, Miss Ebony, watching right now. She couldn't tune in. You know how
Miss
women
Ebony?
Are? Yeah, you're Ebony.
Oh.
You know how women are. You know, out of my hair, I can't, I'm not, you didn't give me enough time, and I need to, and I look like a mess, and so she's tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, but she can't join.
You should have brought your funky ass on this show. Nobody give a fuck about how your hair looks.
Yes, nigga, what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Dude.
Throw some TJ.
You don't want to see your dust ass anyway, so sit your ass at home. You probably got motherfucker had to blow dry and put your goddamn weave in the motherfucking dryer.
You don't have a weave, dude.
She's a very beautiful woman, I will say. She came to the studio, and I was very impressed by her, not just her looks, but her personality.
Oh my God. Stop slicing her ass up. Her funky ass didn't want to come on because she knows she, at night when she goes to sleep, in order to preserve her pillowcases, she got to take all that motherfucking makeup off. Not
dude, natural beauty. If you ever understood what that means.
I told you he was ready for you.
Hold on. I didn't tell you about basing with me, motherfucker. It was just
hello? For a second.
You all continue while I go to get another drink. I'm sorry. Let me get some more.
Brian's swelling his chest up because he got one of the motherfucking porn stars to rub on his thigh. I ain't worried about that motherfucker.
You're worried about porn stars. You should worry about some normal women out here that you somehow have a problem with.
Why do I have to worry about women? I'm not the one that need a date. I'm cool.
I'm not stressing out here. You guys are stressing me to find me a date. I'm not doing anything.
Let me tell you something. I am not above. Look, Brian, when I didn't have a date, and my motherfucking ass I was striking out, I was not above calling up a professional.
Good for you.
Have to be secure within yourself to be able to say, I buy pussy. So go ahead and say it. We're not going to judge you.
Judge me for what?
For buying pussy.
Like when? Now?
Now, tomorrow, yesterday. I don't fucking know whenever you buy it.
So why would that be a concern for you?
It's not a concern for me. I'm just saying you should.
You keep talking about you keep asserting about my sexual well-being, which I don't understand. So I mean, geez, I don't care about how many people it's up with.
I'm not judging you, Brian. If you buy pussy, you just.
But your people are. Is that it? Is it those who keep claiming I'm gay or something?
I don't think.
I don't understand.
You was smiling with
so
that porn star on your chest for you to motherfucker be gay. A gay man wouldn't have been smiling like that. He would have been like, ew. So that we know, I know you're not gay. I'm just saying, you done hit a dry spot, and you're not getting it as frequently as you probably need to for the health of your prostate. So if you go to arrows.com,
Arrows, what the hell is Arrows?
Arrows, EROS.com, and look in the Washington, D.C. area. You can find some affordable pussy for yourself.
It's funny how he knows all these joints.
I know. It's amazing.
Hey, look, I have said I am securing my shit that if I have a slow night and my balls are full and I got a little extra cash, I am not above placing a phone call.
Good for you.
I'm not going to
make sure it's
and buy these motherfucking drinks and dinner and plane tickets and be striking the fuck out. I'm going straight to the motherfuckers.
Who buys plane tickets and dinner? Who?
He keeps referring to that damn thing. All right.
I didn't say no names. I didn't say it was nobody in this conversation. I'm just saying that I'm not buying.
I'm just saying. All right, Miss Medea. I'm just saying.
You can spend a good $150 and $200 to get your balls dragged if you just go straight to the motherfucking point. But
and risk something that I don't want? No.
To get you something you don't, you can get that from somebody you buying all these dinners for.
At least we have a discussion of within the time frame before huh?
How many women have you taken out in the last month?
None. I'm just working.
Oh, you just working?
Yeah.
So that means that you probably sitting on your swollen balls right now. Pause.
Okay.
Again, he's concerned about him, not me.
I'm not concerned. I'm trying to help you out because
you're trying to help me. Yes, praise Jesus. You're trying to help me.
Why they tell you in boxing don't have sex when you're training for a fight because it builds up aggression and you're too aggressive, Brian. I need you to relax.
I'm aggressive.
I need to release that tension that you got built up, because the beat-out sock is only going to work for so much. You're going to have to watch that sock, and in between that, you're going to have to get some woman to come over there and rub on your thighs. So if you go to
arrows.com, yeah.
Go to arrows.com, you can find some affordable coochie.
How you spell that?
EROS.
Okay. If anyone who's within their PR department, can we get in touch with them so they can sponsor this, this podcast or podcast?
That's not a bad idea. Shit, why you bullshitting? We can get something.
Let me go back because he will dig in you, Brian. Pause. The whole show. So let's switch it up a little bit. I was telling him before you came on, Brian. I went on a date. If you want, I hate saying that word date, but
he went out with a Bulgarian chick.
Yes,
which is fine. Okay,
and we had so much fun. But
okay,
I can kind of tell, whatever. So here's my thing.
He basically threw black women under the bus.
I did not throw black women under the bus.
Let him explain. Okay, go ahead.
Let him explain. Watch you dig a hole. We ain't gonna have no black female viewers after he finished this. Go right ahead.
I have nothing against black women. Not
okay.
But I'm talking from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
I would go out with black women on many times and keep doing it. I'm cool with it. But from my experience, every time I go out with a black woman, it's something, not all, but most. But when I go out with chicks who are of another race, non-black, because we always think it's just black and white. No, it's more than black and white. But when I've gone out with a non-black chick, I've had fun. All they think about is fun. They just want to go. They don't care where we go, what we do, as long as we fun, we drink, we do something. And whatever happens at the end of the night happens. And if it don't happen, it doesn't. Like, first of all, it's like you don't never forget about pussy because if she's attractive and nice body, you thinking about that, but it's not at the forefront. You going out, you having fun. It's like, damn, this shit is cool. And then there's a sex happens, that's just extra. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it's been with me when it comes to non-black chicks. I'm not throwing black chicks. I'm going by my experience. Now, if I was coming on and say all black women, I'm not saying that. Maybe I just haven't met the one that is like that. But in my experience, that's what I've experienced. Is that throwing black women under the bus, Brian?
Come on, Brian. You never
a little bit. A little bit. Oh God! I said just a.
He's a racist bastard anyway.
Okay. I think just a little bit. When was the last time you went out with a black woman? Let me ask you that.
A couple months or so ago.
Okay. And I sound like a therapist here. Okay. What was? Are you still your your baby mama is she a black woman?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel that
She was married?
okay, so do you feel like with your ex, you still have some, I don't want to say hostile, but do you still have some awkward feelings? Well, like, hear me out. Because sometimes for some people, you know, based off of their continuing dating experience, there's always that one person that kind of, you know, made them feel wrong. You know, and it depends on, you know, the race, it depends on their age, it depends on their, you know, their beliefs or whatever. You know, because, you know, and I don't know what was your ex like, but somehow, go ahead.
I've had many exes since my wife.
Okay.
Her divorce in two. Let me finish, because I know you want to say something racist. Hold it for a minute. You want to talk about how much I hate black women, which is far from the truth. I love black women, all right? But I've gotten older and I was kind of stepped out. Whatever. So anyway,
right.
My wife got divorced in 2000. We were married for 2 years because I wasn't ready for marriage.
Right.
The reason I married her was because she was pregnant. And the way I was brought up is you're supposed to marry if she's pregnant. You don't have a child out of wedlock, blah, blah, blah. I was 21 years old, I was young as fuck, and I was worried about what my parents were going to think, so I married her. She didn't do anything to me. I wasn't ready for marriage, so I cheated and did all type of shit. But, you know, ever since then, I've been in relationships with black women, doing this, doing that. None of them, I'm not going to say none of them hurt me, but it's like, you don't feel like you can do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, Brian, but it's not going off of some hurt that I've experienced.
Okay, I mean, if it's not that, then I think the fact is, you know, mind you, my dad asked me this one question a long time ago, and he based it off of like, look, you like girls that are lighter than the palm of my hand, which I don't, you know, I feel it's like, no, women are women. That's how I see it. It doesn't matter what color, you know, they're beautiful no matter, you know, what color they are. It's just like if you and your personality don't match, then of course you're just not compatible. That's just it. I mean, but if you feel stronger to one particular race than another, then of course the other people outside looking in will be wondering, it's like, why don't you like your own and all that stuff, which I think is kind of ridiculous because it's like, look, I do like my own, but I prefer this right now. You know, it's, you know, I've seen, you know, my cousins, you know, their majority of them were with white women. And, you know, and I feel it's like, okay, maybe because due to the fact that of where they are, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, the people that they hang out with, or, you know, the people they associate themselves with, it's, you know, somehow you end up talking to various different people from various different races all the time. If you were living out in India and you're the only people you're talking to is Indian women, everybody's like, you don't like black women? It's like, no, because I'm living in fucking India. I don't see any other black women around here.
I love all types of women. I've fucked many types of women. But I've never been in a relationship with any woman outside of my race. I've had sex with many races of women, but never like in a committed relationship with somebody who's not in my race. So I would like to try that.
I mean, if you and that other person feel compelled to do that, you can go right ahead. I'm not going to judge. TJ might, but I'm not. So it's just as long as you're happy.
I'll go because I wanted to hear all this bullshit, y'all.
Bullshit, yeah. You say bullshit. It's like the thing is, like, as long as the other person is happy.
Number one, Trump. Brian wanted to say exactly what I said, but he tried to be politically correct about it. You threw black women under the bus. Second, I want every black woman watching this show to know I have never in my life went out on a date, not even at work, at lunch, with anything but a black woman. I might talk shit about them all day, but I'm completely loyal to black women.
Ain't that right? Why not experience something different for a change?
Why do I have to?
It don't mean you don't love your black women.
But
I love people.
Cocaine? Have you ever snorted cocaine?
Have I did what?
Have you ever snorted cocaine?
Never.
Oh gosh.
Okay. From drinking.
What?
Why don't you try something different from drinking?
Are you comparing dating a white woman to cocaine?
I'm questioning your logic as to why I should. You're saying the only reason I should date a white woman is to try something different, and I'm saying, well, if you're going to go with that logic, and you're sipping on something in your cup right now that's alcoholic, why don't you try something different like cocaine? It don't make no fucking sense. When I substitute
that was a dumb fucking
No. What it is it's just as stupid when I use alcohol and cocaine as a comparison to you using me being, you're loyal to alcohol and you don't deviate from alcohol, and I'm loyal to black women and I don't deviate from black women, and your fucking only answer to me was try something different. That's not enough fucking reason for me. Just like it's not enough reason.
Okay. How about this?
Different comparison in cocaine and alcohol.
Yeah, but starting with that, but why not say, hey, trying to understand someone else for that type of thing. Wanting to learn about a different culture, learning about how just a different person, a different personality.
Why do I need to date other than a black woman in order to learn about somebody else?
You don't need to do anything. I was just saying.
No, you didn't say that. Brian said it. I meant Brian.
Oh well.
There's no need for me to date you. Now you sound like my co-host from my show a couple of weeks back saying that I needed white friends. I don't need white friends.
Yes, you do.
I don't need to date white women. I don't need to date Hispanic women. I'm okay with the ones who I come from.
And that's fine.
And I'm with that.
I don't think
I'm not condemning you for throwing black women under the bus and basically saying that when you go out with them, you can't have fun with them like you can a Bulgarian bitch who's looking for fucking citizenship. No,
what makes you think that she needs citizenship? She's already a citizen.
Now that she's saying she's Bulgarian, why you couldn't just say she was white?
Was she white? But she's from Bulgaria. I'm just saying where she from. Better. Understand. Okay,
is she a fucking citizen or is she here on a fucking visa?
She's a citizen.
She talk with accent?
Yes. But you understand it.
Niggas.
She's a legal citizen now. So she ain't coming to me for citizenship. She's a legal citizen.
She's a legal citizen. Is she a U.S. citizen or is she a legal alien?
She's a U.S. citizen now.
And she's still talking with a fucking accent?
She has a slight accent. You can hear it, but she wasn't born here.
So the important question here is
she's been here pretty much all but 3 years of her life. No, she's been here pretty much all but 7 to 8 years of her life.
The important question here, wait a minute, she's been here all but 7 years of her life and this bitch still got an accent?
7 to 8 years of her life, yeah.
Hold on. So for the first 7 years of her life, she lived somewhere else. How old is she now?
Well, she's 33, 34.
So you mean to tell me in over 20 years this bitch ain't lost no accent and you trying to convince me she's a citizen?
I'm not trying to convince you of shit because I don't care.
You can't, motherfucker, because you don't know. Ain't no bitch been here for no 20 plus years and she ain't shook her goddamn her accent.
She has a slight accent.
People who there have been like a lot of British people, if you probably noticed, who've been living in the United States for many years and still haven't lost their British accent. So if you have an accent, it's not going to go away.
Did they come here as adults?
No, she didn't come here as an adult.
She came here as a fucking child. So again, you mean tell me she came here at 7 years old and she's 30 some odd years old now, and you're telling me that she still has an accent?
You can tell, yeah. It's not something where it's like, overwhelming and you got to ask her to repeat what she's saying, but she has an accent. You can tell the accent. Yes.
And having an accent is extra sexy on a woman, just to let you know.
And black women, they're saying that they're giving all these sexy attributes to these motherfucking white women. I just want y'all to know out of the three of us, which one is loyal to y'all.
Let me tell y'all something. First of all,
how about a black British woman? Is there something wrong with that?
We're not talking about black British women, motherfucker.
Yeah, but is there something wrong with
black women?
Accent, you racist pig.
All you want to, but they ain't gonna be boycotting my motherfucking show because I don't date black women. That's you, motherfuckers.
We don't fucking black. We focus on everybody.
So did you smash? Did you smash?
I didn't smash on night one. No, nigga, that was the second date. I hadn't smashed. No,
you real quick. You real shaky because the first motherfucker you brought on the show was a big fat ass white woman.
Oh God!
Now you talking about the fucking Bulgarian.
I bet you if you can have concentration camps and put white people in concentration camps, you do it.
I sure the fuck would. I let them see
racism right there. Let me tell y'all, I love black women. I also love white women. I also love Hispanic women. I also love Asian women. I also love Bulgarian women. I love all women. I love women. If you right and we go out and we have fun and we do things and we have fun, I don't give a damn if you was black as my shirt.
So let's just go ahead and let's just go ahead and see, is the problem black women or is the problem you? Is your behavior and your interaction and your conversation, hold on, is your behavior, your interaction and your conversation, your personality, the energy that you give off different with those that are not black women than with those that are?
You have to ask them. I don't know. I feel
the problem may very well not be black women. The problem may very well be you.
What's the problem? If your
energy is different with this Bulgarian bitch than it is from a sister, then it might not be.
Look, you don't know her. Why are you calling her a bitch?
Huh?
Why are you calling her a bitch? You don't know her.
Oh, so now you got a problem with me calling the Bulgarian bitch a bitch. But anytime I use bitch to talk about any other black woman, you ain't never interrupted me. See, sisters, this is the shit I'm talking about. The reason why y'all had such bad attitudes, I can totally understand y'all fucking attitudes.
No, because how many shows have you called black women bitches and hoes? That hoe, come on.
I have, but I've called white bitches and hoes too.
Okay, I call all type of bitch a bitch. If she's a bitch,
you just said why she gotta be a bitch. You defending that white whore. That white Russian whore that's probably been pissing on Trump. She's probably one of the ones that's in that dossier that they're talking about.
Okay, well then that means she can go ahead and get some money and I can be part of that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep on defending them white women.
You racist.
I might be. I might be.
Might.
The proper term would be probably prejudiced or bigoted. I'm not in a position of power to be racist towards anyone, so I don't think that racist is an appropriate.
You know what? I apologize, teacher. You're not racist.
Right now, I'm not racist.
Yep, let me take that back. You're not racist. You hate every fucking body.
I hate every fucking body.
I would say that. I'm gonna be on his. He's not racist. He hates He hates his own. He hates people that's not his own. He hates female. He hates us, but we do the show together.
I love kids. I love kids, and I love elderly people.
I love elderly people, and I love kids before they turn 11.
You just don't like elderly black women. That's all that tells me.
I love elderly people. Period. How do you determine you love black people today, and
you don't love black women? And I'm gonna make sure that that's a topic on my show. Black men that don't love black women.
Don't put bullshit. I love black
women. On top of that, let me talk about this other motherfucker I'm doing this podcast with, Brian. Why is all the motherfucking porn stars you grinding up on not black? You couldn't find now one sister with a big ass to grab. You had to go get Honey Gold and this white broad and that white broad. You couldn't find no other sisters at fucking porn con.
It's exotic and get the proper term right.
Okay, whatever.
Since you don't want to describe Bethany Benz as black, okay, that's in your opinion.
Herself as black. She describes herself as Russian. Does she?
Whatever. Let's see. The other two. Hold on. The other two, Victoria June and Ariel Ferreira, they're Latin. And the other, let's see, Shay Evans, she was white. Ava Devine is Asian. Let's see. So, but the black women, I mean, mind you, the one besides Misty Stone, which I've already had a conversation and had a picture with.
Misty Stone, Brian, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, really, pretty much there wasn't that many black stars there to begin with. So, you know, especially the ones that I wanted to meet. Besides, well, Honey, she's Blasian, as the term is, black and Asian.
Shit, I'm sorry. I just looked and my fantasy football team is winning. I was down by like 50 points, and motherfucking Zach Ertz got me 42 points tonight. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, he probably gave me points too. So yeah, I mean, pretty much there wasn't that many this year. So normally there was a good amount last year, but not this year. So it's your bubble there, trying to find whatever excuse to.
To all my black porn star friends that are looking, that was at PornCon or whatever the fuck it was.
It's Exotica. Get it right, man.
Exotica PornCon, Circle Jerk Con, whatever the fuck it was. Y'all was not present. And I want y'all to motherfucker contact either Trump, contact myself. Don't say nothing to Brian. And we're gonna get to the fucking bottom of this, because I don't think either one of these motherfuckers like black women. I just really don't.
I do.
Brian tries, but Trump just threw black women completely under the fucking bus.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know why you would just come out and say that, Brian, because you know, you tried to ask him questions to try to clean the shit up.
Because there are some people there who there is a whatever reason they have this specific preference to being with one particular race. So if it could be something, like I said, a traumatic episode with one person or what have you. If it wasn't any of that stuff, it just feels like, hey, I just feel comfortable with this particular person at this particular time. All right, be happy and enjoy your life. I mean, as long as he's having a good time with the Bulgarian woman, great. Like I said, having an accent is kind of sexy. So I like French. So that's just me, French and British.
I love women, and I'm done with this. I love women. I love women. I love all women. If I want to sprinkle a little salt in my pepper every now and then, that's my prerogative. It doesn't mean I hate my black women. It doesn't mean I hate black women. I love black women.
Mm-hmm.
I love Asian women.
I just feel like they ain't shit when y'all go on a date compared to them white hoes. That's all you've been saying.
I'm telling you my experience.
What? And I keep saying, it's you. You keep motherfucking going there with the nappy ass beard. You probably pissy drunk before you get there to the date. And you motherfucker probably don't even tip well. It's probably you, motherfucker.
Let's put it this way, Trump. Let's put it this way. I feel like there wouldn't be any. Trump wouldn't have never had any interest in a black woman if this date never happened. So there had to have been some interest of this particular person to say, hey, would you like to go on a date? And she said yes. And then something fell apart afterwards. So you can say you can say it, maybe Trump. You can say it could have to be her.
No, Bunny, ever since he had that fat ass white porn star.
Oh my God.
No man.
You have to crush on her.
I got a crush on her. Now
you bring her up every single week for the past three episodes.
Man, I'm cool. I just gotta tell you guys.
You put likes on her titties. I'm like, if you don't like her, why don't you like one of her other posts that's non-titty related?
You ain't seen me like shit of hers.
Nigga, what? Should I bring it up on my phone?
I tell you what, you find a post where I've liked something of hers and you bring it Tuesday night and you air me the fuck out with it.
Tuesday night, no, because by that time you would have unliked everything. So
yes.
Hold on. Let me say something. If you see, I can guarantee you that if I've liked something of hers, anything of hers, if you go back and look at my post for the same day, she liked something of mine first. So as a courtesy.
Courtesy.
I do that with everybody. I do that with everybody. If you like something on my page, I'll go to your page and I'll see something and I'll double tap it. I guarantee you, whatever it is that she liked on my page, if you go back and look at the same day, she liked some on mine first.
So you give out
sympathy likes.
Sympathy likes. Okay, speaking of courtesy. Yeah. Your little comment on Di's page.
Celebrating
the take a sip.
First of all,
happy birthday to
first of all,
you.
Ryan, before you do that, let me just say, all seriousness, thank you, TJ, for your service. It is very
Yes, thank you.
all seriousness.
Fuck out of here. I'm gonna tell y'all something about that, but go ahead. What would you say? And I like something on her page.
No, you didn't like anything. You just you went straight off and commented about me saying Semper Fi.
Exactly.
And then just went off a brief tirade, and I felt like it's like, wait, can't do this on her page, which I didn't want to.
First of all,
having that crazy argument made no sense.
Do you know what Semper Fi means?
Yeah, always loyal or always faithful.
Whose album was that? Superfly.
Superfly.
Superfly is something that Marines say to each other. It's not those outside of the Corps to say it. So I was really busting your balls, and the reason she didn't say anything because she knows, as a Marine Corps tradition, that that's something generally we say to each other.
Okay.
So when you said my dad was a Marine, and I'm like, okay, so if my dad was a doctor, does that mean that I can write prescriptions? You don't get the same courtesy. You don't get the same courtesy.
You and your comparison are just totally ridiculous. So you're saying it's like, for someone as a doctor who you see your dad who goes away and deals with patients and comes back, but pretty much you don't really see them often. That makes no sense. But for someone who has actually lived with somebody and deals with pretty much the life of a Marine on a daily basis, you're saying that, and if my memory serves it correctly, it's like it doesn't matter whichever military person whose family member is, that entire family is a military family, regardless.
They're a military family, but they're not a member of the military. And like I'm saying, it's like with certain customs, a person in the Navy, he's in the Navy, but he's not considered the same courtesies and customs as a person that's a SEAL or a frogman. Me as a Marine, I'm allowed certain courtesies as a Marine, but then there's certain sayings and customs that a Raider or Recon Marine have that I don't have. So all I'm saying to you is, as far as a custom is concerned, this is from a Marine. As a custom, Semper Fi is reserved from one Marine to the next.
Who made that decision?
If you were ever to join the Marine Corps and go through 13 weeks of boot camp, you'd know. You wouldn't have to ask. Now go back and ask Di. Ask Di if what I said was correct. That's all. Don't change the words.
I did ask Di. She had no problem with it. She had no
problem with him. I'm telling you to ask her as far as the courtesy, as far as who says Semper Fi. Is that something that normal civilians say or other members of the military say, or is that just something Marines say to each other?
Actually, that entire Latin term is specific to the Marine Corps anyway.
It's like you being a Q dog and you go and throwing up the hooks. You're not a Q.
Shoot, damn it! You got a wrestler who does it every time, and freaking fans are doing it at the same time when he does it. So where is the problem here?
Have you ever thrown up some hooks around a Q?
No.
You would get challenged on it, and some Qs will stomp you out because you represent their frat and you didn't go through what they're going through. That's what in military circles, that's what's called stolen valor. It's just like you going to a goddamn purse store and buying a fucking pair of camis and some Marine Corps rank insignia and walking around like you actually served and you fucking didn't. It is a Marine custom to simplify to another Marine. It's a Marine Corps custom to call another Marine devil dog. It's a Marine Corps custom to call another Marine tooth-a-hunger. If you knew that, then you wouldn't do that. She might not have a problem. I'm just saying you can go into the wrong circle.
So you're saying, okay, so basically what you're saying is, no one outside this small, great community in your mindset shouldn't be saying anything in relation to the Marine Corps whatsoever. Even though I have members who've been through this shit. That doesn't make any sense.
In debate, that's called a non sequitur argument. You are coming to a conclusion that you can possibly come to based off what I said. I didn't say anything about nobody could say anything about Marines. I'm saying there's certain customs and courtesies that are confined to Marines.
And one statement, which is a pretty much general statement, a Latin word that has been used for over 200, almost 250 years. Are you serious about this?
Who used
that? I can't acknowledge that to any other Marine, even though I'm a son of one.
You keep saying you're a son of one. What does that mean? I'm a son of a Marine. I'm a son of a doctor.
My father's a Marine. He was a Marine too.
What you say?
My father was a Marine too. He was in Vietnam. But I don't know all the customs and I don't know all that shit. My father was.
It's like unruled, like those non-written rules of baseball. It's like it's like you can't say that. It's like, why not?
So let me ask you.
Give you a fact of who you are as a Marine, and you somehow disconnect.
So, TJ, as a Marine,
I'm hearing.
Do you find it disrespectful for someone like Brian and myself if we were to say that? I'm just asking. I don't know.
I've never used the term disrespectful when addressing Brian about using the phrase simplify. I never said disrespectful. What I said was that is reserved for Marines to address other Marines, like calling another Marine a shitbird. You normally wouldn't call a person a shitbird, but that's just one of our things.
Well, you fit that perfectly.
You wouldn't call a person a boot. You wouldn't call a person a boot because you probably don't understand what a boot is. Therefore, that's just something that's confined to us. Some things like simplify, which is the Marine Corps motto, it leaks out to the general public, and then the general public takes liberty to use it as they see fit. Sometimes in addressing another Marine, but when you could say simplify Marine, what is that Marine supposed to say back? Because it's something we say to each other.
Okay.
Simplify is like a greeting from Marine to Marine. You're a son of a Marine. Ain't no greeting for that motherfucker, so stop talking about what your daddy was.
Thank you. They can simply just say thank you and call it a day. Even if they didn't know, that doesn't make any sense.
It makes all
because if you pretty much go, there's a lot of non-Marines who are not related to a Marine will say that, and they say, "Hey, thank you," and they'll just nod or salute and call it a day.
Some Marines wouldn't have a problem with a motherfucker pretending that he was a Marine. So just because a motherfucker don't have a problem, I'm talking about customs and courtesies, and I'm simply saying that as a custom and a courtesy, greeting a person or addressing a person with the term simplify is something Marines do to other Marines.
Mm-hmm. Which you've said like 3 times already.
Okay.
So again, my point is,
your father being a Marine does not mean that you stepped on the yellow footprints at Parris Island or San Diego.
Did I ever say that?
No, you didn't say that. You just keep saying my father's Marine as if that means anything.
It means the fact that I understand him. I understand what he went through as a Marine. I understand that life through him. That's what it means. Okay? That I respect him. I respect you. I respect Di. I respect my cousin. Mr. Antisocial. There you go.
No, you don't. And secondly, here's the thing. Stop fucking look. One of the things that people that haven't served say to people those that have served is thank you for your service. I'm telling y'all, a vast majority of those in the military that have served don't give 2 fucks about that.
Okay, well then fuck y'all then.
Perfectly honest.
I'll be back. One second.
Minorities going to the military not to serve their country but because they want an escape from poverty.
And plus, you want to get them benefits at the end. With, you get a house with 2,000 down, like my father did.
They can get a motherfucking. A Dodge Charger, Supercharger with 32% interest rate. 32% interest rate. That's what they do. Not to serve. It's self-serving. It has nothing to do with serving the country.
Well. Happy Veterans Day. I clean. Instead of saying thank you for your service, I'll just say happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you for suiting up and wearing the uniform.
Thank you for suiting up and you wearing the uniform so you can get all the benefits for yourself. That's how that works.
Thank you for being smart and getting benefits. There you go.
Thank you for all the ladies who are lined up to get into Brian's checkbook.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, we're back on that again now.
All right, man. So look, I guess we're gonna have to say that for another show. Conspiracies. I want to get this is a show we haven't done before, and we'll do it probably another time.
Conspiracy theories again.
Conspiracy theories. I want to get into that shit because I'm a big believer of it.
You of every conspiracy?
I don't believe every conspiracy, but I believe a majority of it are conspiracy. I don't believe our government is good. I believe there's a lot of shit that they're hiding from us.
That's
I believe
not a conspiracy though. That's a well-known fact.
Yeah, well, I guess now it can't be really classified as conspiracies, but there's still a lot of shit going on that we don't know about it's kind of underground, like cloning and shit like that. Have you heard the story of the David? What's the dude, the comedian? That had this show on Comedy Central. Damn, I'm drawing a blank.
Dave Chappelle?
David Blaine.
Have you had the David Chappelle clone? Have you heard about the David Chappelle clone? Do you believe in clones?
What?
Now I think we need to send the motherfucking shit that's in your cup to the lab.
Do a YouTube search on David Chappelle clone and look it up. And I'm not the type that'll do one search and believe it off the bat. I do I do extensive research on it. Like I don't do everything
extensive research on cloning. Okay.
You see,
I would really like to see.
Last time I heard about cloning was those two sheeps, and that was in the 90s.
Have you ever wondered how you can get cellular wireless reception? Have you ever wondered?
Satellites, man, and freaking what?
Where did you get that satellite energy stuff from?
Oh God. Okay. Okay. We got you actually teaching.
The next time this motherfucker gonna tell us that the Earth is flat. I'm telling you.
I don't believe the Earth is flat.
I've been with you for so long. You're straying here. I mean, really?
I've always believed in this shit. I've always believed in a lot of, not every, but I've always believed in a lot of conspiracy theories that I don't really think are conspiracy because the fact are out there. If you read and don't believe everything Fox and CNN is telling you, there's a lot of shit going on that people don't know about and not going to know about until it's too late. So I believe if you research it,
that doesn't necessarily.
I'll give you that.
That doesn't necessarily qualify it as being a conspiracy. That just qualifies it as being a secret. A secret is not necessarily a conspiracy.
Well, it's if you don't know about it and they're hiding it from you, and they're giving you facts that aren't really facts, then it's a conspiracy. If you're trying to cover it up.
Well, that would necessarily be a lie. So before we get off, let's get the difference between conspiracies, secrets, and lies. Okay. We know what a lie is. A lie is a falsehood. Somebody tells you something knowingly that isn't true. That's a falsehood.
Oh, you mean like your co-host? I know you're gonna tell her what I said, but yeah, go ahead.
Now, a secret is something that is known. They just don't tell the public, or they don't tell others. So, like
that's my other co-host. Damn.
The secret is that Brian hair on the top don't grow, so he keeps it low, and that's not necessarily conspiracy.
That's not a secret.
That's not a.
Oh, but like today, like the camera is hiding. The camera is showing that you have an actual beard, but they're not showing how nappy it is. You don't have the brush today. It was
now a conspiracy.
Now he pulls it out.
I'm gonna brush it in a second.
Is that a different color brush?
No, it's black. It's the same one.
No, you had a wooden brush last week.
Look, let me explain something to you, motherfucker.
The bristles fell out.
All three of us got beards, but I look like I'm the only one that's trying to maintain mine. So fuck y'all.
I don't need to maintain. All I gotta do is like, man, that's good.
Now a conspiracy is something like 9/11. It's like a combination of a secret and a combination of a lie thrown.
Mhm.
That's more so like a conspiracy. A conspiracy is one or more people. I mean, two or more people knowing something and planning something to happen, or knowing that something happened, and they conspire to either withhold that truth from the public by deception or something like that. So just because it's something that we don't know that's a secret, that don't necessarily make it a fucking conspiracy. I think that you just been drinking too much. Your liver is going bad, and the blood flow from your brain to your liver is fucking up your damn deductive reasoning. But I don't think what you think is a conspiracy ain't a fucking conspiracy.
Oh Jesus!
Conspiracy is he just went to the door to let that Bulgarian bitch in.
Actually, that's a secret. Actually, so,
yeah, that would be a. I bet she's
a full-fledged secret. Trying to secret.
I bet she smelled like wet dog. I bet she smelled like canned dog food.
I had to go to the
I bet she smelled like potted meat. I bet it was disgusting.
Say what?
Oh, nothing.
So the next show, TJ, will you be back down in the lab, or are you gonna be back in the sexual bedroom?
No, I'm gonna be back in my normal spot in my dining room.
That's what you got now?
Huh?
This is your dining room?
No. That where I normally am on my laptop is I'm in the dining room. I'm in my office right now.
Office.
My home. My office in my home.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Okay. So what happened? what happened to the bedroom? You probably was expecting.
Well, I told you my Wi-Fi is fucked up because Verizon is down. So I'm surprised it's still up because the signal has been, real shaky for the last couple of days. So.
Well, look, this is what we're gonna do next week, depending on if we get a female in here, because I'm tired of trying to get females on this show. Y'all, I mean, why don't you do something? Get somebody.
Get the Bulgarian bitch.
No, I'm not stupid, and I'm not gonna bring her onto this show until I destroy.
Look, me and Di gotta have part 2, so she needs to come back because she needs to get this work.
Well, I'm pretty sure we bring her back. He'll be in the bedroom again. Brian.
No, I won't. I ain't trying to impress her. That's fine. She already got her mark. She know her mark is Brian. I'm not her type because I'm not spending no money on her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the next show is either going to be conspiracies. So do your research, man. Look this shit up. I'm telling y'all. Look it up. Look it up. Do something for this. Like, we don't do shit, but come on here and talk shit because it's dudes talk shit, obviously. But
so now it's dudes talk conspiracy.
Dudes do research. It says to show that dudes do research.
No, see, here's what it is. You're gonna come with the conspiracies, and either we accept it or we reject it.
No, because then no. Well, how is that gonna work?
Because we don't know what the fuck you said. Go research conspiracies. What conspiracies?
Okay. I got something for you.
There's a website that has all these weird conspiracies. I know that.
You Alex Jones. You the black Alex Jones now.
Let's do something real quick. Let's play a quick game because we never played that on the show. I'm going to name something that I found, and it's a website that has different false or true sexual behaviors, and y'all tell me if it's true. TJ, I'm pretty sure because you do freaky shit. So sexual arousal is derived from dressing up like a baby or being treated like one. This may or may not overlap with diaper fetishism, in which a person receives sexual pleasure from wearing or using diapers. Is this a true or false sexual thing?
It's true.
I say true. Yeah.
All right, it's true. It's called paraphilic infantilism. Yeah. All right. Here's another one. And I only got 3, so y'all tell me this because I'm just trying to see. This is sexual arousal is derived from having insects crawl all over your body and genitals, and usually bite or sting you as they do so. Is this
That's true.
true sexual thing or not?
That's true.
If it is, it's some sick shit. I'm gonna say no.
It is. It's called formicophilia.
Mm-hmm.
That's called white people shit to you.
All right, and here's one. Let's see. Sexual pleasure is derived from either having a full bladder or watching someone else with a full bladder wet themselves.
What the fuck? What fucking websites are you frequenting, bro?
I'm just asking. Is this?
I surprisingly enough, this is it's not a golden shower, but I agree with that one too.
So people just get aroused by watching people piss on themselves because they got
It's not pissing on yourself. It's people who get pleasure derived from either having a full bladder. So they get off on like ready to piss, but not pissing. Their bladder is full.
So next week's show.
I'm trying to bring some funny shit to the show and this nigga.
Okay. Well, my show Tuesday, for those of you all are listening, I need y'all to tune into the Radio Network. We're doing a show.
You are doing? You say he's doing a show, folks.
A show on minority businesses and particularly Black-owned businesses and
gay
businesses. All 3 of us are entrepreneurs, and we are going to discuss some of the difficulties of Black businesses and, in particular, the Black consumer. So, y'all want to.
And can you tell everybody what time and where they can watch it?
Well, they can watch it in a couple of places, preferably on my YouTube channel.
Preferably on ripradionetwork.com.
That's what he's saying. I'm saying preferably on Streets is Talking Radio on YouTube. You can find us also on Rip Radio Network .com. We also are on the Rip Radio Network page on Facebook from
banned from everything.
8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. On Tuesday. So we'll be rocking with y'all Tuesday night with B and Mr. Norman, and we might have another gay guest. I don't know. I've already said that if the motherfucker act a fool, I'm gonna throw his ass around. I'm gonna ragdoll his shit. So one of them cameras, Trump, you're gonna have to motherfucker hold it back to catch all the action in the room. Because when I ragdoll this motherfucker, little sissy, I need that shit on film because I'm gonna need to take it to court.
Jesus.
And you can also find me on Instagram, TJ_the Chicago Kid, and on Twitter at Jokes Galore.
Hold up, you went back to the Chicago Kid?
I've been back to
TJ Jokes Galore.
Jokes Galore is my Twitter handle.
But it was TJ_Jokes Galore. Now it's TJ_ Chicago Kid again?
Yeah, it was TJ Jokes Galore, but I went back.
A middle-aged identity crisis. But okay. All right. So look, that's it. Brian, anything you want to hype or say?
Eye Candy, we had a show last on Saturday, so we'll have another one this coming Saturday. We have a guest, former Lady of Love Language, Miss Ashley Doris. She'll stop by, talk about her new Ashley Doris. That's her last name. Ashley.
Hey Brian, the women on I need you to pass the message. The women on Eye Candy. You fucked the whole picture sitting there with your big waterhead ass. So it was kind of hard going from one on the left, then you, then one on the right, then back to you, then the one on the left. Because I need you, Trump, I need you to black this motherfucker face out when they on because they fine. And then it's him.
And that's it.
Well, yeah, that's it.
The next time on Dudes Talk Shit. Goodbye.